All right, expanding upon what we discussed in the big story, and that is Bill Belichick not making it into the Hall of Fame on his first go-around. Didn't get the 40 votes needed out of the 50 or 40 selectors to put him in. One of those Hall of Fame selectors is with us, the great Jason Cole, longtime friend of the show, Hall of Fame selector, author of numerous books, including this one, Shut Up, Your Kid Is Not That Good. Or Your Kid Is Not That Great. There it is. I got to screw up something every time I talk to you. Okay. All right. Help it make sense to me. Help me understand. You were the first person I texted yesterday when I saw this news, and your words to me were, this is a math problem, so explain that to the audience that's sitting there going, how is a guy with 8 Super Bowl rings, 6 as a head coach, not in the Hall of Fame?
Well, a math problem is part of the issue. It's not the primary issue. I think, the fact that 11 out of 50 people did not vote for Belichick is, a staggering thing to me. I mean, I understood, why, 4 or 5 people wouldn't vote for him. When you're talking about 11 people not voting for him, that's stronger than I expected. I think that the math problem is, just so people understand the process, we have 5 people in this voting process, and there's 3 senior candidates. Those are players. And this year, that was Elsie Greenwood, Roger Craig, and Kenny Anderson. And then we had the coach candidate, Belichick, and then the contributor candidate, which is Kraft. They all get presented, and then we vote for 3 of those candidates, and there are 50 voters. We each vote 3 times. That's 150 votes. And to get into the Hall of Fame, you at least have to get 40, or you have to be the number 1 guy in that group, right? Well, I mean, if you just do simple math and you take 150 votes, if you take 40 away, that only leaves 110 votes for the other 4 people. And that's like 27 and a half votes average. And these are all people who are really equal, like they're, it just gets really hard. Now, I will say this, I still don't understand why Belichick wasn't put in, because I thought he was the most qualified guy in the entire ballot. I understand why a few people would vote for him. And when I say entire ballot, I'm not talking about the 5, I'm talking about the entire 20. If you take this process and then you add in the 15 guys in the modern era process, which is a separate vote.
Right.
If you put them together, Belichick is the most qualified guy among players and among contributors, whatever you want to say. To me, he's number 1. But I think people held, some people held the cheating against him. That's the only thing I can really think of. Maybe some people think he's going to come back in a year and they don't want to vote for a guy who's going to come back in a year. I don't think that's happening. If he didn't get a job this cycle, he's not going to get another job. He didn't get an interview. If they want to hold something else against him, that he was mean and tough on them, well, then you didn't really work hard enough to get to know him. I mean, that's your fault. Again, I don't quite get it voting against him. I don't get 11 people voting against him or not voting for him is my big question out of this. I thought he was slam dunk. I didn't think he was going to be unanimous by any set, because I know a few people who are going to vote against him. And I don't necessarily disagree wholeheartedly with what they're saying. There is, there's an important thing to look at, that, honor and not cheating does matter. I mean, if you look at the baseball process this last year that got Jeff Kent in, Jeff Kent got in over guys like Roger Clemens, Alex Rodriguez, and Barry Bonds. And that was people inside the game who were voting. So people who are inside the game who are voting take it very seriously.
What do you say to people that would argue this delegitimizes the Hall of Fame? I know you're going to be protective of it. You vote on it.
Look, you can...
Is it a fair argument?
Well, what's legitimate? Okay, you don't like it. Tell me a better system. Yeah, that's all I can say. Like, you want to come up with it? You want to reinvent the wheel? Go right ahead. I don't care.
Do you think do you think the outcry from this might lead to that?
I think that there is a problem with the math. And I'm a rules and, math kind of guy. It's like, give me what the rules are. Tell me what it is. And then I'll say, look, there's a problem here. And I think that there's going to be something that comes out of this that changes the voting pattern, yes. Because between this and the modern era, I think we're only going to get 4 guys in again. Mm-hmm. And that's tough. Okay. But that's a separate argument from Belichick. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But like, there's 1,000 different ways you can do this. There are holes in every one of them.
People have brought up Bill Polian. You know, Bill Polian says, I'm not even 100% sure who I voted for, which I find stretches credulity beyond any extent for me. What do you make of the argument some have said that Bill Polian played a role in this? The politicking side.
I'm not going to talk about other voters. I'm not going to talk about what I hear in the meetings or what those people say to me privately or anything like that.
Do you know? We'll never know the number of people that didn't vote. Like, we won't find out if it's 39, 36, 35.
Well, according to the Hall of Fame, they don't even find out. The only people who know are the accounting firm that they hire, and they don't even want to know. Okay, and okay, you can buy that or not buy that. That's what they tell me, and certainly I have no way of breaking into that system to find out whether they're telling me the truth or not telling me the truth. And frankly, I don't really care. Look, I tell me what the rules are. Tell me what you want me to do. I will do the best I can to vote for the people who I think deserve to get in. And I will follow your rules. Like, we're not supposed to talk about what's said in the meeting. I'll never talk about what's said in the meeting unless somebody else talks about it and it becomes widely known. So, you know, again, I try to follow the rules as best I can. I can only speak from my own point of view. I think there's a problem with the system, and I think that when Bill Belichick doesn't get in, that hurts us, does not help us. And it hurts. And the other thing that it hurts us is there are guys like Mike Shanahan, Mike Holmgren, and Tom Coughlin who are waiting to get in, or at least get discussed. And we've only discussed one of those guys so far, and that was Holmgren, and he didn't get in the first time.
One more here. How does this impact Tom Brady? It's funny. I remember having this conversation in, 08, 09 in Miami with Peter King. I just happened to be riding on the bus with him to the Pro Bowl and over from the hotel to the Pro Bowl. And he said to me, this is why we have the cooling off period. Because I remember asking him then, is Spygate going to keep Bill Belichick out? And I remember him saying to me, this is why we have the cooling off period after somebody's, time in the league is done, or that after their time is wrapped up. And I keep going back to that because it just strikes me as amazing that after all these years, there are these people holding this grudge. Are they going to hold the same grudge against Tom Brady potentially? Because if this is related to Spygate and Deflategate, Brady is associated with Deflategate. Is there actually going to be a movement where people say we're not putting him in as first ballot?
God, I hope not. Wow. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be alive for that, but I mean, it's,
yes, you will. Stop it. It's right around the corner.
It's 3 years from now.
You'll make it.
Yeah, it's that's uncomfortable to consider. That's really uncomfortable to consider.
But not out of the realm of possibility from your reaction to it.
Well, I mean, I'm reacting to what happened yesterday. If you tell me what happened yesterday, how can I disagree with the theory that it might tread over into Brady? I mean, how am I supposed to respond to that? I mean, look, Bill is far less like than Tom. So Tom's personality will probably mitigate some of the things that people hold against him, whether that's right or wrong. That's just power of personality, okay? But you never know. Like, if your standards are this, okay, and he was punished for it, right?
Yeah.
If your standards are this, then why do they change with Tom versus Bill? I'd be stunned. I'd be stunned.
Wow.
But as we know from yesterday, strange things happen.
Last one. I lied. I have one little more. On back to
I won't answer because you cheated.
to go back to say there you go. To go back to Belichick. Is it a 1 year in your mind? Is this a 1 year protest, or is it as long as these guys are voting or selecting, he ain't getting in under our watch?
I have no idea because I'm not. I know a couple of people. I would think that a couple of people, based on what I know, would be a 1 year thing.
Okay.
But I don't know. Again, that's one or two people that I know. I come back to there's 11 people.
At least.
At least 11 people didn't vote for him. Like, what the heck? Like, I mean, like, what the heck? I mean, like, what?
Yeah. I get it. I get it. There's a lot.
It's like that. It's that line from Bernie Mac. Well, what?
I gotta tell you, there's a lot of people that wanted to hear what you had to say that messaged me today when I told them I was having you on. So we'll see how they react. Jason Cole, Hall of Fame selector, author, Shut Up, Your Kid Is Not That Great. Go and get it. Also, many other books. John Elway, he wrote about as well. He's written about
Plaxico Burress, Chad Johnson, Simon Keith, who you probably don't know about. So there you go.
Very few people I would rather discuss this story with. Thank you, my friend. Be well. We'll talk soon.
Anytime. Be good. Thanks.